Hi, I'm Gibson Prichard, Chief Engineer of WTVF in Nashville, a CBS affiliate. In 2006, we made a conversion to high-definition television where we were doing all our broadcasts in HD with the exception of our field reporting. When we looked at ways to move our signals from SD in the field to HD in the field, after the Sprint Nextel conversion was complete in 2009, our next step was to convert our 5 trucks into high-definition operation from the field. We knew, however, that operating with MPEG4 HD was impractical. We couldn't afford to give up the channel space to have 1 truck per channel operating at a time. The only way to maintain our competitive news advantage was to continue to operate with split channel signals as we did in analog and as we did in standard definition digital. We knew that we needed MPEG4 HD in the field. We evaluated MPEG4 encoding manufacturers on 3 criteria: cost, picture quality, and latency. Clearly cost is a huge factor, times being what they are. Picture quality, as the first station in Tennessee broadcasting HD news, our viewers expect a lot. They expect it to look HD. If we call it HD, by gosh, it should look HD. Picture quality is a big deal. And third is latency. Let's talk about latency. The time that it takes the image to arrive from the field, where the reporter is, back to the studio. That's what latency is. How does it affect your viewers? Well, let's face it. You've all seen shots, probably satellite, maybe some microwave, where the talent in the studio says, "Hi Jane, how are you? What's going on out in the field?" And there's Jane standing there with the microphone. Maybe 1 second, maybe 2 seconds. Those are long, pregnant pauses while we wait for Jane to catch up and start talking. That's latency. With the Telairity BH8100, latency is a thing of the past. We operate with near immediate signal path from the studio or from the field back to the studio. One of the great features about our Telairity HD encoders is their time to boot up. We can be out in the field, and if there's a problem with the microwave signal, we can turn the encoder off and be back up in just mere seconds. Here, let's watch it. Let me show you a power cycle. There's off, there's on, 1, 2, 3, yep, somewhere between 3 and 4 seconds. One of the challenges facing TV engineers is to equip trucks with equipment that's easy to use and functional, but that's not too difficult. Well, Telairity has done just that. Their front panel controls are simple, but there's nothing they can screw up. You set 4 presets and a power switch. There's not much that a reporter, a photographer, a truck operator, or anyone in the field can do to damage or change the settings in the unit. Well, that's great, because I know that I can simply tell my operators to go to preset 1 and it will operate. There's no settings, there's nothing they can muck up in the field. The Sprint Nextel 2 gig microwave conversion gave us digital microwave radios, in this case from Newcom. This radio has an ASI interface on the rear, which enables us to plug our HD Telairity encoder to it to transmit HD signals. Should something occur with the Telairity or some other problem back at the studio that we need to operate in standard definition, well, we, at a touch of a button, can change back to the Newcom's internal MPEG2 modulator, keeping our standard definition path intact and fully operational. This particular truck happens to be equipped with a satellite modulator. There's a dish on the roof and a satellite modulator right here. There's also our new satellite modulator from NewTek, which allows DVB-S2 modulation, permitting us to do HD video in the same 5.5 megahertz slot on the transponder that we've been using for SD video. Not wanting to rip out our legacy equipment, we were able to take the MPEG2 standard def video out of the SD encoder, run it into the modulator, along with the HD video from the Telairity HD encoder, and simply switch between them. At the push of a button, we can be SD MPEG2 over the satellite or HD MPEG4 over the satellite. Same satellite cost, no additional space segment required, but when we need to transmit SD video to another station, we can still do that, and yet we have HD capabilities for our own use. In 2007, we converted our studio operations to HD, and in 2009, we converted our trucks to HD. With Telairity encoders, we now have HD from the field everywhere we go.